Hey everybody, it's Amanda Moxley, and have you ever felt like there's so much competition out there that so many other people are already doing what you want to do, and you might think to yourself, what's the point? Who wants to hear my story? I don't even stand out. Everyone else is doing it. Why would anyone choose me? I'm just probably going to give up and not even go ahead and start my coaching business or share my story because it's already been taken. I have so many clients that have come to me over these years and they've shared that. They've shared what's the point? All these people have the same ideal client as me. They want to do the same thing as me. They want to help the same kind of person as me. And why should I even do this? Well, I'm going to tell you why you should do it in this video. I'm going to break it down, my friend, because if you're watching this video, this means you're meant to do this because you have a desire to do it. It's been put on your heart and you have a desire. All right, if you haven't subscribed, give it a like, give it a comment, and that tells me that it's encouraging you and that you like it, and it also inspires YouTube to keep showing my videos to other people who will like what I'm sharing. So thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Hey, you are watching Amanda Moxley TV, and this is the place for the hottest tips, tools, trainings, and how-tos. I'm so happy you're here, and I'll see you in the show.
Chances are you've had some bad moments, you've had some failures, you've had some stresses, you have a story. You have an incredible story. You have been down in the dumps, and then you pulled yourself up and got to the top because you are a high achiever and you're successful and you're doing really well in many areas of your life, and now you want to help other people do that as well. You are meant to be a coach. You are meant to be a speaker. You are meant to be an author if you have a story and you have a desire to help people, because your story is vastly different than everyone else's story, because there is one and only you. Everybody else has their own story, and here's the thing. You have a gift, and if you are not sharing that gift, if you're not sharing what happened to you, your people can't hear you. And if your people can't hear you, then they cannot transform or get that little nugget. You have a little medicine for them. You have a little medicina for them. You have something for them, a little key to help them unlock their problems. And if you're holding that in and too scared to show up in JFDI, then you're really doing the world a disservice. So this is your little pep talk today to support you in knowing that you are enough, your story is enough. And the fun thing is, you do not need to be perfect. You just have to be a third grader and your ideal client is in first grade. Your audience is in first grade, you're in third grade, you're just a couple steps ahead of them, but you intimately know their pain, their problem, their struggles, their trials and tribs, and you can speak to it in a way that they need to hear from you. And the reason why they want to hear it from you is because you have a little something that reminds them of them. So some of my clients, it's just so crazy. It's called the magic of mirroring. So many people that I coach with, I'm like, you're going to be coaching your stories. You coach your stories. Your clients are a version of you. Literally, they're just like a sliver of you, but have a different twist. So I really want to encourage you and motivate you guys today to keep showing up, sharing your story, sharing your truth and your passion. Here's the deal though. I need you to do two things. The first thing I need you to do is I need you to be vulnerable to a place that might feel a little uncomfortable for some of you. You need to be vulnerable and show that you understand the intricacies of how bad it is, how bad it was, what it really felt like to be in that hard spot. Now, don't leave me hanging just in this vulnerable, brutal spot. Now, the second thing you need to do is you need to really rise up. And you need to brag and you need to showcase, here's what I've done, here's who I've been, here's where I'm headed, here are my successes, here are my amazing things that I've accomplished, and really hold both. You got to hold the vulnerability and the expert status, because if you just talk about the vulnerable, we all know those people. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know if you're strong enough to contain me as a client, or because you're so in your drama. So you got to have the both. And I would say, yes, show the vulnerability, but lead with the strength, lead with the possibility, lead with the potentiality for them, your client, to stand in their power and get the results that you embody. And when you do that, you're going to be able to hold the vulnerability, but really lead with the power and the possibility for them. So guys, I really hope this encourages you to show up, to shine. I mean, there's sometimes, the other day I wrote a post about how men were hurting. And I was talking about how men have problems with suicide and depression and anxiety and addiction to drugs, alcohol, porn, and that they're struggling. And I just shared this, and I wasn't even going to share it. I just really felt this for men. And I got so many comments and shares and appreciations because I stood up and shared something that I wasn't going to share, but I decided to share. So the best thing to do is begin to share your stories through written word and through audio and speaking and video, and share them until you find your voice, because it takes a while to embody your voice. Like I remember when I was becoming a skier, and I mean, we all, if you ski, you ski, but I really wanted to be an expert skier. I wanted to be able to compete in the free skiing competitions, and I remember it just wasn't in my body yet. Like it wasn't. Maybe you guys have had that too, where you might be learning an instrument and it's just not coming, or you might be learning speaking or some part of your business, right? And it isn't in you yet. Or, think about your kids when they're learning a new sport and it's just not in them yet. And I remember being like, it's just not in me yet. I got to keep practicing. And so finally I got into skiing and I became a competitive skier, and I did some competitions and I won some competitions, lost some competitions, got taken out in the stretcher in one competition, decided I wasn't going to go down that path for a profession. But my point is that you need tits, okay? Time in the saddle. You need tits, large ones. You need time in the saddle in order to master your craft. So out of all of this, I want you to just start practicing saying your story through the written word, the video, the audio, and share it. Give yourself a 21-day challenge. Over the next 30 days, do 21 days of writing. And how I like to do this is follow a simple formula called what, why, lesson, apply. What happened? Why did it happen? Give a little context about why it happened. What was the lesson, and how did you apply the lesson? What, why, lesson, apply. I learned that from a coach, Garrett J. White. So practice this and show up, be vulnerable, show the expertise, show the vulnerability, but get out there, and people are going to come out of the woodworks to be like, oh my gosh, that's my story. Thank you so much. So I hope this is helpful, guys. I want to just encourage you to JFDI. If you have a dream, if it's on your vision to be a speaker, an author, and a coach, then you need to do it. Tell those little voices in your head. That's really just the enemy, the devil talking. So tell that enemy to go right back into the lake of fire where he belongs, that he's already been defeated and he has no authority here. And I want you to stand your ground and take on the full armor of God and really go for your dreams, because the world is waiting for you. Who knows what the future holds, but I bet it's going to be bright. Also, come and join me over at the Moxley Method Speaker Society over on Facebook, and then follow me and let's connect on Instagram at Amanda J. Moxley. So I am cheering you on. I know you can do this. Apply these strategies, and I'll see you in next week's video.
Do you want to grow a successful business as a speaker? All you have to do is go to amandamoxley.com/training, and I'm going to share with you my entire Moxley method, my mindset, the strategy, the structure, and the system behind my consistent multiple six-figure business. All you have to do is go to amandamoxley.com/training and sign up today.